Welcome back, Plugs and Tugs, episode 83.
What's up, player?
What's going on? Daniel's audio's taking a shit again.
My audio's taking a shit.
Yeah, you sound terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Now you sound good.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Maybe I
way
just
better.
yelled
Yeah.
at it.
All right, Daniel, once more from the
Sorry
top.
about that. Welcome back, Plugs and Tugs, episode 83. How you guys doing?
What's up, player? Just watching the
What's up,
just
players?
watching the Kings shit the bed.
Our defense has been absolutely atrocious this game. Absolutely atrocious. Looking
yeah,
like
not good. They just took
looking
another
like some
penalty.
SHL defense out there. Shout out to the SHL.
There's
Fuck you, bitch.
Kembe in the box. All right. Welcome back. Our weekly thing here. We're actually going to have, our first week we have, hockey to cover. But we're actually going to start with a guest tonight, somebody that wanted to come on before the season started, but schedules didn't work out.
But before any of that,
yes.
but before any of that, I'm
Did
out.
we get it right?
Oh, I'm
Daniel.
Zach.
Now we all did it fast. I like it.
All right.
Yeah, I figured we'd fuck it up anyway, so I just didn't even try.
This podcast is going down a slippery slope.
Dude, what a fucking dive by Kadri, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got the game going on right now. It's
Yeah,
like right
so do
above
I.
me.
It's all right. No slippery slope, Alex. We'll get the intro back one of these days. We'll plan it out.
Someday.
Yeah.
This is
Someday we'll get
Daniel. This is Scott. This is
Hi.
Alex. I'm Zach. There we go. There we go. Is that good enough for you, Alex?
That's
I like
beautiful.
it.
Is that
You
good
can even
enough
do
intro
all of
for it?
them.
Yeah, can you
Your
just do
voice-
all our intros this from now
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, sure. I could do that.
You could just dress up like each of us and then do it, and we'll create a video. You could
Hell
just
yeah.
do it.
Beautiful.
I
But
like it.
the thing is, though, is I can't make my nipples as puffy as Alex's. So
Yeah, you can. Just
No, I
super good. Just duct tape some marshmallows to your tits.
marshmallows with salami over them.
Or you can just get like the vacuum knuckle and just leave there like all day.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Puffiest nips this side of the Mississippi.
Yep. And then for Daniel, you can just wear like 4 hoodies at once.
Yeah. Don't take your clothes off. It's fine. I'm a
like-
respectable human being.
I like my collars.
Sometimes
I like my collars.
I do.
Oh shit.
But
All right.
yeah, give us a follow. All the social medias: Facebook, Twitter.
I think any
YouTube,
followers we were gonna get for this
Discord.
episode are already gone.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna have a guest this week. We're gonna be talking some Sabres hockey with our buddy Matt, who is joining us now.
Yo.
Yo.
What up, Matt? I'm Matt.
Does he get an intro? He gets the red carpet. He gets hey, but here we go. Welcome, Matt. Welcome to the show.
Side
You
note.
wanna say
if Matt- no, he doesn't.
Is your mic working?
His mic's probably not working.
My mic not working. It's working.
There
There
we
we go. Oh,
I'm
here.
Matt.
I'm here.
Side note,
He's
if
here.
Matt's lucky, you might get to see one or all 3 of our houses burned down while on stream.
Oh, not mine. Maybe you guys, not me.
Maybe yes.
I'm in
Zach's
I'm in the clear, bruv.
Yeah.
Daniel's in the danger zone.
not really. It's blowing the other way. But yeah, it's pretty
I'm
close
in
to the house.
Right into the danger zone. So what do we have you what do we have you on for, Matt?
We're gonna
Sabres.
talk Sabres.
Ah, yes.
What do we
Chicago.
have you on? Yeah, fuck you. You can't come on if you're not talking Sabres.
For
Chicago.
those that
Chicago.
don't know, Matt is actually the Buffalo taxi driver that Patrick Kane threw quarters at.
If only I'd be rich. Fuck.
I think
Give
you
me
would
that
take
money.
that one. Yeah, that's for sure. Fuck, that's funny.
You don't talk about the guy who isn't liked in Buffalo. I mean,
But isn't he gonna? He's gonna sign there when his contract.
no, I don't see the Sabres signing him. I mean, unless they want to see the city burn down.
I
Maybe
mean,
they
I'm all
do.
for that.
I'm all for it. If I live here, I'm all for it.
I'm all for it. Why not? Fuck it.
Give me some fucking entertainment. Free.
Where the fuck did Alex go?
I don't know.
Gets up.
Oh,
doesn't
He's walking
care.
away.
But
Would you go
for
get
those,
sushi?
for
I
those
was
of you-
packing beers into the mini fridge.
Oh.
There you go. For those of you that are not part of our league and might not know Matt, He is running the league with us, has been a part of our league since it started in ZHL, which we'll obviously plug, and we plug every week. But he's on the media shows with us every week, and we want him to come on and talk hockey because he does.
This is your
know
chance,
hockey.
man. We are the voice of the hockey community. This is your make it or break it
Yeah,
for
dude.
hockey media.
We are A-list
Yeah, we're gonna
celebrities.
spread it amongst.
Eight-
We're gonna
we-
spread it amongst the 50 to 100 listeners that we get.
Hell
we are Los Angeles.
Hey, maybe I'll get some people to listen in. We'll see.
Maybe you can.
Matt is
your plugs.
Matt is LG, so I mean, I guess he could pass it
Yeah.
around there. Dude.
Matt will get
No,
us
I can
all
pass around
seven.
Buffalo.
Matt will get
You
us
can pass around
all
Buffalo.
seven Sabres fans that can't afford Rangers jerseys.
Damn!
I mean, where have the Rangers been for the last 5 seasons too?
Damn!
Yeah, they've won about the same amount.
Yeah.
I think,
Jesus
Did
Christ.
they make it? No.
To
I
get-
think the
to
Rangers
get-
made more.
If you combine every New York hockey team plus New Jersey, they're all four of them combined are almost a 500 hockey team.
And most of it's thanks to the Islanders.
Yeah, all of it's thanks to the
That's the toughest thing about New York hockey right now. The Islanders. They were the team that couldn't do anything for how many seasons?
Oh, I know. So, before we've obviously had a couple guests from our league, and then obviously, well, Dave's in a league too, but he's a personal buddy of ours as well. Talk some teams.
Dave is a fellow artist. He deserves his own merits. He's not just
He
a
does.
friend. He's
Well-
a content creator.
Well, I mean, Matt is an artist himself, bro. Have you seen what he does with that LT button? Have you seen what he does with LT?
I mean, Hood had it
controller?
stopped for 2 seasons.
All 3 goals on the highlight reel, but all 26 turnovers left off.
No matter, those 3 goals got the win, didn't it?
Facts.
Yeah, you got a lot of room to talk. Fucking turnover McGee over here.
I mean, the issue is people gotta get open or I don't pass.
And see, here's also the issue too. Matt's going like this, right? He's going all over the place, and then this is Alex. Say,
No,
No, it's not even
I
that.
missed-
He goes straight into the
I
far
missed
board
the
and
whole-
it stops.
I missed the whole latter part of that joke because my internet froze. Shout out to
that's pretty good. I'm on Spectrum and I'm having a great time.
I'm on
Fuck
2 all
you.
the way on the other coast. So
Well, obviously, make sure that for those of you that aren't on in LA, it is a possibility that Sir myself or Zach could lose power at any point.
It looks like you are losing it right now,
Yeah.
Daniel. Jesus, you are frozen
You're
for like
losing
5
internet.
minutes.
for sure.
Your upload speed is
Tanking.
peaking right now, dude. It's
shout out to our sponsors for this episode, Spectrum Internet Services.
Thank
We
you.
thank you for your continued support and the terrible audio quality we're going to export to SoundCloud after this episode.
well. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna run a speed test while I'm streaming and see if my audio cuts out bad.
Oh, that's how you figured it out?
Let's see what's going on here, bud.
Mm.
La, 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 la,
I'll do
la.
that.
And there go the other 2 listeners that we had.
Oh, that's all right.
No, they're still here.
No,
Mike,
you're actually
Mike-
perfect.
Mike Bossy is tuning in with us, guys.
Mike
Hold on, here comes the
Bossy.
upload. This is where it's important. What about now? How is my audio now?
You're fine.
Is it still
Still
fine?
perfect.
Sounds fine.
Still
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They're coming in harder.
I'm doing it
dude.
too.
Rock hard.
I'm on upload right now too.
It's those latency issues from your router. Anywho,
Anywho, Mr. IT.
Matthew.
We digest.
Matthew.
tell us how you got into hockey.
I grew up watching it all the time and played some roller hockey and a little bit of ice when I was younger. So I always have been into it. And I mean, it was just my family. My dad was big into hockey, big into Sabres. Rest of my family, not as much, but I mean, it was a nightly thing. We would watch Sabres.
Hell yeah, that's sick. I love those kind of
That's
stories.
cool.
So,
Oh,
what are
yeah.
your thoughts on last season, Buffalo's last season?
I think they got it going late, but it was too late with COVID.
Yeah,
If I remember right, they were like 3 games short, and they were only like 3 points out.
yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
I
So
believe
they
you're right.
It was
Matt,
them in
I have a-
Montreal.
I have a follow-up question for you. Who's your favorite all-time Saber? And you can't say Mikhail Grigorenko.
That'd be a great one to say. I mean, come on. Favorite all
Skinner.
time? No.
Keith
Probably
Ballard.
gonna be. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't even say player. I'd say the French Connection. I mean, when you look back and see everything with what they did, I mean, obviously they weren't all together forever. That was probably the best trio that they've had and probably will ever have.
So it's
Unless
not
they
Ryan Miller.
I mean, Miller's great. One of the best goalies. But, I mean, if we're going to go goalie, it's got to be Hasek. Let's be real.
That's cheat codes. That's too easy. There's like 4 fan bases who also say Dominic Hasek.
I know. But, I mean, he was one of the best goalies
ever.
And
that's-
he highlight reel. He was a human highlight reel.
Yeah.
Every single time he went on the ice.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
Daniel. That's like asking your dad whether or not his favorite goalie of all time is Rick DiPietro. The answer should automatically be yes.
Yeah.
What is the joke? I want to.
It's
They're still paying his contract for the next 6 seasons.
yeah.
Jeez.
There-
And
yeah,
he
he's still on
retired-
contract.
he
He's
retired-
like the Bobby
he retired, what,
Bonilla of
5
the
years ago?
NHL.
5 years ago, he retired.
Yeah, it's been a while.
There we go.
Yeah,
goat.
he's literally the Bobby Bonilla of the NHL.
Hockey.
Bobby Bonilla.
I mean,
Yeah.
Gergensons? I mean, I can't argue that. I wish he was actually playing the season. He'd help the fourth
You want to know why
He has
that's
a rap
Scott's
song.
favorite? He has a rap song.
I was
Yep.
gonna
Yeah,
say, you know why
yeah.
Zemgus Girgensons is the all-time goat?
I-
Wayne Gretzky, Connor McDavid, Luke Robitaille. Pick a name on that list. None of those guys have a rap song named after them. None of them. Zemgus Girgensson, the only one.
Yeah, I mean, Gergensons, as much as everyone hates him, like especially in Buffalo, there's a lot of people that want him gone because they think they're paying him too much, whatnot. He's one of the best fourth liners in the league, and has been.
I agree with that.
One of the best penalty killers in the
Mhm.
league.
Well, that's what happens when you have a fan base that bases kind of one. They pay him for that one really, like, I guess you can call it a breakout season he had. He got paid, he got a big bump, and then they were just expecting he was just gonna go, and that
I
wasn't his role really.
I mean, he got re-signed this season for a decent contract, and honestly, I wasn't against it because it was either him or Johan Larsson, and I preferred Gergensen over Larsson.
Yeah.
I mean, Daniel,
Gergensen has done it for seasons. And
Daniel, you and I talk about it in every episode. Every team needs a Jarrett Stoll.
Yeah. I mean, you do.
Zemgus Girgensson has both the puck skill to be Jarrett Stoll and the nose capacity for cocaine to be Jarrett Stoll.
I'm so proud of my girl right now, dude. She's in there PC gaming with her friends and like yelling, like hell yeah. This is a proud father moment right now, dude.
Peak father moment.
We're proud for you, bro.
Thanks, dude. Thanks.
No, it's true though. We talked about it. We talked about it a lot as far as just the fact is not every single player needs to be or is supposed to be the star that carries a team. You just have from 1 to 4 lines. Everybody is their role, and if you're the best, like if your role coming into the team is you're supposed to be third line left winger, do that kind of thing. If you're the best at that, you're the best at your role, and we're going to make long.
I agree with that 100%. I think we've all seen in our tenure as NHL fans that loading a bunch of star power onto a team is not necessarily going to win you a cup.
No, this is true.
Filling those middle 6 roles is so important. You look at a player like Jared Anderson Dolan on the Kings and why we like him so much. We know that guy is not going to play top line minutes in LA ever.
No.
But if he's a consistent 2-3 swing, he's the perfect second round pick for me.
Yeah, exactly. They just need to give him playing time.
Yeah.
Sorry, Blake Lizotte. We digest.
We digest.
But say, I mean, going based upon like what you guys are talking about, you know what I mean? Like, look how long it took Tampa to win a cup. You know what I mean? They were stacked with star power.
Well, but they knocked on the door a few times. Remember, I think it was 5 seasons ago that they played who'd they play in the final that they lost to?
2016, they were up against. Oh, was it 2015?
Chicago.
It was Chicago. It was
Chicago, right?
Chicago.
Yeah, because it was one of the off years we did.
And that was very much the same roster they had when they won the cup this season.
Yeah, it was
But
2015 because they
they-
went 11, 13, and 15, and
Yeah.
we're 12
Yeah.
and 14.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the season that we also talk about this all the time. That it doesn't matter how good your team is, you have to make it deep in the playoffs and take that big loss before you can come back and win a cup. You have to learn how to lose before you learn how to win. That was Tampa's loss year.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's true. And just to go back to what when you were talking about thoughts on the last season, them picking up at the wrong time. Honestly, to me, like I'm sure you can agree, especially as a Sabres fan. I mean, Alex, myself, and Scott sat on this podcast a year ago and all thought that Buffalo was going to be the year they took a step forward.
We thought Jeff Skinner was going to turn that whole franchise around.
And for it to be such a disappointment and not get going until late, it was just kind of a surprise to us. I know the goaltending situation is what always gets brought up, but I thought they had what they needed to take the step like we're predicting they're finally going to do this season. So it was kind of, we talked about it before and just wanted to get
we had also mentioned that even though their goalie situation was a problem, Carter Hutton was still going to be able to help them take that step.
Yeah.
And that obviously didn't pan out.
Yeah, I mean, their goalie situation has always been tough. I mean, with Luukkonen in the minors, it's very tough for them to go get a goalie because they're kind of just waiting for him. I mean, they could go get someone, but I know the big thing is after this offseason, both goalies are free agents.
Yeah.
So it's either Luukkonen's coming or one of them's getting re-signed and they're picking up someone. I mean, really depends on that. Supposedly he's borderline AHL right now, but honestly, it's been injuries that have been killing him. So we'll see when the AHL kicks up if he makes it there. I wouldn't even be surprised because we'll get into it a little later, but they have goaltending issues now. We'll bring that up later.
I mean, might as well talk about it now. It's one of the questions you're going to talk about. The goaltending situation. Obviously, you don't seem very confident in it. And do you wish they did something different?
I wish they did, but they can't really do anything different. I mean, yes, we could go out and sign someone, but I mean, they're both making about $3 million right now, and we would have to trade one of them. Who's going to want Hutton after last season? That would have just picked up someone for $1 million that did what he did, and who would? Ullmark is still young. They'd prefer to keep him over Hutton if they were going to lose one of them.
I mean, that could be a solid tandem, Luukkonen and Ullmark. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why they're keeping Ullmark around with his RFA and them giving him a 1-year deal. But right now, I mean, it's looking like we're losing both goalies for a while, so we'll see if Luukkonen comes up.
Didn't they just re-sign Ullmark though before the season?
Yep.
So that was going to be my thing. To be completely honest, I think they could have done, or maybe should have done, what Vancouver went and did, and found like a bridge veteran goalie that could have put them over the top, like Holtby. Because I think with a team ready the way that they are, I feel like signing somebody like Holtby to the 2-year contract and letting your goaltender develop, they would have paid a little bit more for Holtby than they did. But I mean, not a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it was $2 million more than Hutton. You said $3 million, right? He was $3 million.
He's about $3 million. He might be a little
about
under.
3, and Holtby signed for 4.5 or 5.
Yeah.
I mean,
so the issue with that, I mean, that's how they don't get Taylor Hall. They're legitimately hugging the cap with the taxi squad and all that. I mean, like, it's tough. I mean, I'd rather them go get a Taylor Hall than get a goalie. I mean, one of those goalies is going to have to step up, and it's time. Like, either you step up or you're gone. This is your contract year. And I mean, Hutton did it yesterday. Today, not as much, but he did get hit pretty early on and got injured. Tried to play through it, and then they pulled him because he got tweaked again. Because I think his stick got hit out of his hand, and his body just flopped around the second time.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, like my thoughts on your guys' last season is that you guys didn't have the depth, like center depth, and then also like scoring depth, right? So what your GM did, what he did during the off season, I think, has addressed some major concerns for me myself. You addressed center depth. You got somebody like Eric Stahl, which I think is still the productive second line center. He still is at his age.
If not a top 15 second line center still in the NHL since he resurged after that horrible season he had on the half season he had on the Rangers and bounced over to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh, he found himself
rebounded hard.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
So you got somebody like like Eric Stahl. I think he fills the void at 2C, and then you have a great 3C and Cody Eakin, right? Like Cody Eakin is prototypical, the number 1-3. I think he's the number 1-3C.
Cody Eakin is probably the most elite depth center in the NHL.
I agree. Wins you a face-off, is very sound defensively. But then you also have like rising young stars, right? You have Dylan Cousins playing on that third line.
Casey Middlestead.
Casey
He was on the
Middlestead.
taxi squad, but
Victor Olofsson. You went out and got Taylor Hall, and now if your defense can figure it out with Carter Hutton back there, or even Linus Ullmark, I think you guys are formidable at this point. Right?
I mean, and
you
even
guys address a lot of concerns.
Even their defensive core has gotten a lot better. I mean, even Rasmus Dahlin just changed the look of that defense so much. But I think I feel like if Ristolainen can find consistency again, like he had maybe 3 or 4 years ago, they would have a really, really strong defensive pairing, like 3 years ago, Burns and Vlasic.
Dude, the right side of ice for you guys is fucking phenomenal, bro.
Yeah.
Rasmus Ristolainen, fucking Colin Miller, Brandon Montour. That is elite right there. The right side of the ice is elite.
That's literally season 1 Vegas plus Rasmus Ristolainen.
I just think the question is, because Jake McCabe's playing up on that top pairing with Ristolainen, right?
The top 2 pairs kind of flip flop. Either one is a defined top D pair. I mean, they're definitely trying to split it between Risto and Dahlin just because they don't want them eating up too much ice time with the shortened season, which is kind of the nice thing having both of them. Because one night Dahlin's out there more. I mean, it really depends. Do they need the size or do they need the speed? Because Risto supplies the size. I mean, if you face any big top lines, I mean, any big centers, that's who you want out there.
Hits for days, bro. Hits for days. I love it.
I mean, that's what he did yesterday. But yeah, I mean, Risto, I think this is going to be the season. Like I've even said it so far from watching him. I mean, he's definitely showing that he's better. He's definitely showing that he's trying. I think he was one of those rets. He didn't care about the team and he just stopped trying. I mean, I can't blame the guy. The team kept being borderline, and
there were just so much talks about him being traded, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't help.
It doesn't matter how good you are. You can only hear your name in the mill so much. And Matt, with what you just mentioned about how average the team has been and what a toll that takes on the players, that leads to a question I had. So you have Jack Eichel, who pretty much since like his second season in the league has been openly very see Daniel's tired of standing up.
Yeah.
Has been openly distressed about like the situation that you guys have going on there in terms of the depth and his line mates and the team and the franchise as a whole. What happens if you guys get to the point that say Columbus is at now? There's already been, I believe it was last season or the year before, trade speculation with Eichel wanting out. If you guys get to that point, that's a huge step back for you guys. What do you think this team needs to do either mid-season or in the offseason to make sure that you retain that franchise talent? Because regardless of what people think, Eichel versus McDavid, Eichel is a franchise player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, in my opinion, he never had the pieces around him to be up there with McDavid, but he's already shown it so far this season. I mean, they have 6 points in the first 4 games, but I mean, they had 6 and 3, and they were ahead of both McDavid and Draisaitl.
Yeah,
him and Hall. So, I mean, he's finally got that winger that's top notch. I mean, now that power play is deadly. Like, then they're showing it. Like, against Capitals, they had it where it was like 1 for 7, but that was night number 1.
Yeah,
with Taylor Hall playing in the middle, which is kind of not unusual, but when you have Olofsson, it's kind of hard.
Well, Caps also have one of the best decors in the league, so it's
I mean, Chara out there just chasing Eichel.
Yeah, and now they have Chara skating on a line or skating on a pairing with Carlson, and that's just fucking lethal.
I think he's paired with Jansen, but that's
Is he with
neither
Jansen?
here nor there. Yeah, I think he's with
Yeah.
Jansen.
Well, like PK and stuff, I know it's
Yeah.
Carlson and Chara because it's just two huge bodies out there,
Yeah.
and that was the biggest issue for the Sabres. But I mean, with Eichel, I could definitely see like him wanting out, and he's already talked about it. But I don't see him bailing out. As much as he says that, that's kind of pushing them to go get someone. Like I need
Yeah,
someone this season. Like
agree.
obviously Skinner was that, but Skinner just is kind of won't buy into
was
the new
new.
coach system.
Well, and he was new too. It's a little bit different situation. To me, I agree with
Yeah,
that.
he's got 2 new systems in 2 seasons.
Yeah, and Eichel's been around so long, and you look at somebody that has so much talent, and it's true. I think he's just to the point where he's like, just get somebody to help so we can take the next step. I can't sit around here all fucking day.
The only issue I see with that is that you look at a city like Buffalo and the Sabres with the hardships they've had in the last, let's say, 11, 12 years. First of all, and this is no offense to Buffalo, people who live in Buffalo, Buffalo's not a destination city. You know, like with LA, it's harder for us to land players over a team like Tampa because of the tax break, right? But where it balances out is you're in fucking Los Angeles.
You can wear shorts all year round.
It's a destination city. People want to come here just to live in this city. Buffalo is like, okay, well, New York has 2 teams right down the road. No, never mind New Jersey because it's one giant trash heap. But you know what I mean? I can imagine it's hard to get players into that market when maybe now that they have Taylor Hall, if they sign to an extension, which we've already talked about and none of us think is going to happen. But even if they were able to, is that enough star power just between Dahlin, Eichel, and Hall to land bigger fish onto that roster?
Oh, dude, I think they probably moved Cousins up with Jack Eichel, dude. Cousins is that flashy, dynamic player that they need.
I mean, so the issue with that, with Cousins and all that, and obviously Taylor Hall and the re-signing, like, yes, Hall will push that him over the edge, and also Hall is looking like he's re-signing already. He said,
Really?
Game number 1, I actually feel appreciated here. I feel wanted for once.
Oh, that's
never
big.
felt that in Arizona. Never felt that in New Jersey.
Yeah.
That is big for a guy's morale. He's like, I'm out here with you.
true.
Talk about the power play. So they were talking about Eichel and Olofsson. He's like, and Hall was like, don't forget Dahlin. He's one of the best defensemen out here.
Hey, that's what you'd like to hear, bro.
But like, he's,
Hall's always been a team player. He's always been team
but
first.
he's
He's not
never had
franchise
that.
first, but he is team
Back him.
first.
No, but that makes sense. It goes to the point. Obviously, Hall, he had the short time with, you're playing with McDavid. You have, he goes to New Jersey. He's the guy there, but he's the only guy. And they weren't looking to take the next step at all. So he's almost just like floating around there. And then he goes to Arizona. And as soon as he gets there, it seems like even though they're making a push to become a team that we think is going to get better, all of a sudden, just like it's just like it's gone.
In Arizona, Taylor Hall didn't fit the system.
No,
he's not a West Coast player. I mean,
No.
given he was successful in Edmonton, but even Edmonton is not built like a West Coast team.
no.
I mean, if you think about it, if you think about if they had a line today of Taylor Hall, Connor McDavid, and Leon Draisaitl on right wing, that would be the most dominant top line in the NHL, hands down,
100%.
without a question. Him being on the East Coast is huge for him. I mean, you look at him; he went to New Jersey, not arguably, definitely the worst team he's played for in his career, and they walked off a lottery pick, and he walked out with a Hart Trophy in the same season.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know how hard that is to do for any player?
Yeah.
I mean, just hearing him talk like in the first interview after his first goal, it's just like he's actually like that's the biggest thing to a player is being wanted, being appreciated for what you are. He now gets to play with Eichel, who's gonna push him to possibly win another award this season. I mean,
I agree with that.
if those guys are clicking, I mean, they're gonna compete against McDavid, Draisaitl all day long.
I think so. I think they have the juice for that.
Especially in that division.
I'll even go as far to say they're probably stronger than Edmonton as a whole. That team has way more depth than a team like Edmonton does.
Of course. Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing is just our division's a little tougher. I mean, a little bit, but it really just depends on what teams actually do what they're supposed to this season.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
but
your team's a lot a bit tougher because the thing is we don't have as many room for or as much leeway for teams to make it in. And you've got guys in your division like Philly and Boston, who I think is going to fall off a cliff anyway. But regardless, you still have like the Islanders and the Caps. I honestly, I think it's the toughest division in the league to make it into the playoffs. And that's not to take anything away from Buffalo. I just really think that in that division, especially outside of New Jersey, it's really anyone's game.
yeah, I mean, the Rangers, I think it'll probably be Rangers and at the bottom too, but it's just this division's gonna be so tough. I mean, Philly without Couturier, we smashed them game 1, but they came out with a new game plan and completely focused on shutting that top line down. Top line had 3 points. I mean, because you got to add in like you look at the McDavid Draisaitl and then you look at Hall, Eichel, and they have Reinhardt in the wing.
Yeah.
They don't do that in Edmonton. They have a third, fourth liner up there in the
Yeah.
first line, making them look good. I mean, that's the biggest thing is that if that line showed last night, if they can start clicking, they're good to go.
They have don't they have Cassian on the top line?
I think so.
They did, yeah. And before
I
that it was Pat Maroon.
Maroon, yeah.
And Yamamoto rotates in on that too. I know
Oh yeah.
for speed
but-
when they're down.
yeah.
I got a serious question right now. Is that a bottle of fucking A1 steak sauce right next to you, Alex?
Fuck yeah, it is.
Oh hell yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
He knows what's up.
Right next to my uncashed paycheck and my D&D book for this weekend.
You fat fuck.
Awesome. I didn't even try to look, but yes, I could have identified that. I love A1.
Yeah.
But mine's usually in the pantry.
No, mine stays next to me. I need it at all times. It's my easy sipper.
So now it's not we get it, Daniel. It's a hydro flask. It's gonna be we get it, Alex, in the A1 bottle.
Bro,
I love steak sauce.
I'll drink that thing right now.
No, no, please.
I don't have
I
time
make
for
me
that.
throw
I love it.
So who on the lineup is somebody that you think people should watch out for?
Right now, I think it's got to be Cousins for forwards, defenseman. It's gonna be Jake McCabe.
Ooh.
I think
agree with
he showed a lot of extra offensive prowess the other night, and he was making some moves. And he's gonna really show that he's a shutdown D-man next to Aristo because he's gonna have to be.
Jake McCabe is already a very underrated defenseman.
Yeah, and then I mean, the goalie situation. There's no one. I mean, unless one of them gets healthy again, because I don't know what's going on with Allmark. We don't really know. We know it's personal reasons. It came out a little bit as an injury yesterday, but it could be something family related. We don't know. But if it's family related, his family's not in the U.S.
Oh yeah.
So he's gonna be out for months if that happens.
Yeah, because COVID's going to play a role in that also, obviously.
Oh yeah, all the quarantines and stuff that he has to go through. Yep.
He'd have to go through one probably in the country that he goes to, and then
Well, he'd have
once
to go
he
through.
gets back.
Yeah, exactly.
So he could be out a month if it is something family related. But I mean, another name, Jack Quinn. I think he's gonna kick it up on the roster here soon. I have a
Really?
feeling he's on the taxi squad. I feel like he's gonna come up. So what it looks like with the taxi squad is each player has a line that they fill in on if an injury happens. First line, it's Middlestat. Second line, I think it's probably Quinn, with Stahl being on the second line as the veteran presence. And I know like third and fourth line is like Asplund because he came up for Okposo going on IR. But they're all gonna have a role, and it's really dependent on if injuries happen. If that taxi squad can pick up the load and go put some points up. I mean, I could definitely see a rotating roster here, so it's kind of hard to put a lot of players to watch. The big ones would be Cousins kicking it up, making a big step forward, and then Jake McCabe proving the shutdown D-man he is.
So outside of that, on the flip side, outside of Kyle Okposo, who is the most overhyped player you guys have on your roster
Skinner.
right now?
Jeff Skinner.
I can agree with you on that.
That hurts my breaks my soul to agree with.
The reason I'm saying this, game number 1 and the game number 2, Eichel was screaming at Skinner the one time he got to play on their line. He got to play on their line for like 5 minutes because Hall had to go out for stitches. So they made like 2 or 3 shifts. He looked off Eichel on a 2-on-0. Like, what in the world are you doing? You have the
Figure
best
skating.
shot. You have the best shot next to you. I know you have a good shot, Skinner, but the goalie was a rookie goalie, and he overcommitted past the post to cover Skinner, and Eichel was wide open for a tap-in. What Eichel turned around mid-play and stopped and screamed at him.
It was
Mid-play.
figure skating, dude.
He was looking for some figure skating area. I mean, he took it out wide and let the goalie just go way out wide. All right, what you're oohing something there?
He's watching the Kings game.
I'm watching it too.
I'll tell you
What
what's
a
happening because
snipe!
I'm about 30 seconds behind you.
I'm about the same. 'Cause
What a snipe! Ooh.
Who did it?
You'll see.
Don't. We'll know in
Alright.
about 10 seconds. As soon as the puck goes the other way. Okay, here we go. Whoever young Robin Reguera is on the breakout.
Robin
Whoever's wearing 44 now is now Robin Reguera.
Ooh, I saw it. That is definitely a shot.
The taxi squad signing, dude.
Ugh.
Somebody on
There you go.
my Kings Facebook page. That's what they said. That's a taxi squad signing. No, it's not, dude. This guy's like 2 years removed from a 30-goal season, bro.
Athanasiou?
Yeah.
Or Athanasiou? Yeah.
He's out there with Kopitar. Oh.
He is.
Well,
Yes.
the lines have been blended.
Yeah.
Todd
Same
threw
thing as
mixed them up.
favorite.
Yeah.
You know what? Aside, step away from Buffalo for just a second. He has been so good for us so far this season.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I get that we've lost every game, but he has competed. He's been one of our top 3 players every single game. Him and Jeff Carter, for some reason, who's withstanding the test of time.
I mean, he has been for years now.
Bro, I'm
With
sure.
injuries and all
I
that.
think Jeff Carter dedicated half of his contract to the Grim Reaper this season. He looks beautiful. Him and Bobby Ryan both look phenomenal. Which we'll get
The
into
boys
a
are
little bit
buzzing
later.
right now.
All right,
Oh!
we digress.
Oh!
Zach's happy.
Digress.
No, it wasn't another goal, but it was just Gabriel fucking Velarde, dude, taking over a shift right there.
Bro, Gabe
Oh.
Velarde in the second period had a dangle that left me screaming.
He's dirty. He's
That
going to be
kid-
dirty. I think he just
Yeah.
needs confidence. But yeah, my bad.
We digest.
Your most exciting prospect in your guys' pool right now. Who are you most excited about? Like, fuck, man, I can't wait till this kid throws on the Sabres jersey.
Jacqueline.
Really?
I think he's going to be another one of those guys that you could slot in next to Eichel and he's going to go put up 40 goals.
Really?
He's got a shot.
Wow.
And I mean, that's what they really are focused on getting. I mean,
But yeah, because I mean, you have Eichel to make the plays, right? Like to dish the
Mhm.
puck, to
Yeah.
get the puck into like an open area and stuff like
Mhm.
that. All Quinn's going to have to do is just get open.
Yep.
Oh
I
my
mean, he's the right-handed shot that they haven't had. Because you got to think, the last 2 seasons they've had Skinner, who tore it up with Eichel, got the contract. And then you put Olofsson there, another lefty shot. You got Taylor Hall there, lefty shot.
Another lefty shot. Yeah.
Here's finally the righty shot to put with Eichel. This is the guy they
Yeah.
needed. I mean, I know he's. I mean, that power play, if he comes up, could be deadly. I mean, I would not be surprised if you see the first ever 5-forward power play, like consistent, like not every once in a while down in the game or something, like consistently.
You don't think Rasmus Dahlin is just good enough over every other forward to slot in there as the power play quarterback?
Reinhardt is Eichel's sidekick. You put Quinn down on the dot. You put Olofsson on the other dot. You have Eichel running it from the point, and then you have Hall in the middle. There isn't really a spot. I mean, you could put Hall up top and Reinhardt in the middle, but either way, you flip it. I mean, I'd rather have those 5 forwards out there and have Dahlin on and Risto on the second power play unit and let them run that. because I mean they have plenty of shots like Cousins on the second line too for the power play.
Rasmus
back,
Dahlin, yeah, Rasmus Dahlin is such a smooth skater, though, dude. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like you have to have him on the number one power play.
I mean they took him off tonight. They put Risto up there tonight for a little bit.
Do they have him on the one-time side?
Risto, they had him running it from the top.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I mean, he can still-
Eichel has to play the high face-off circle because he has got
makes
the
sense.
ready shot right now.
Makes sense.
Reinhardt plays in the little left corner, and then Hall in the middle, and then you have Olsen on the other side. Those two just have chemistry in the power play.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, it's Jack Quinn. I think we got to watch out for in the future.
Intriguing.
We have any other questions for Matt?
No, because we already covered the goaltending.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Yeah, and-
okay. I guess you kind of gave your a little bit of your thoughts for this season. What are your expectations? I know they might be a little skewed as a fan, but what are your expectations for the team this season? What will be a failure? What will be acceptable?
Failure's missing playoffs. Simple as that. You cannot miss the playoffs after signing Taylor Hall. It's not acceptable.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just gonna legitimately be the point where Eichel, Bristol, they all gotta go.
Yeah.
It's time to blow shit up again and be another 5 to 10 years out. But I mean, in reality, I mean, positive is making playoffs and making a push. I mean, I definitely see Okposo's got his injury issues are coming back. One more concussion, and he's out of the league.
Yeah.
That could
For
open
sure.
some cap space. That really depending on the biggest thing I could see is them making a blockbuster deal. I think they're the one team that does it this year.
Really?
I see. I know I've talked about it a little bit in our side conversations with a few of you guys, but I could definitely see Risto and Skinner going somewhere combined in a package and going and getting a top defenseman and then getting a third line forward back.
You would definitely have to eat cap on that, though, because Skinner's contract is.
There's gotta-
boo-boo.
There's a lot. Yeah, Risto's on a decent contract. I mean, it's only like 3 to 4 mil.
But Jeff Skinner is one of the top 10 paid forwards in the NHL right now.
Yeah, I mean, but we're gonna take a overpaid third liner or something back.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of ways.
Yeah,
to
you're
work
right. There's ways to honestly, and I think your best bet would be Ottawa would be a great trade partner for you guys. You might not get a guy who's going to be a number one defenseman today, but a guy like Eric Brandstrom would be a huge return for you guys.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of options like on a team like them. I mean, we have the picks. I don't think we really need the picks if we're gonna start making a push.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
we have a lot of prospects coming up. We have a lot of Europeans that like Olafson's going out and grabbing for us. Like Olafson's a big part.
The biggest thing with this season specifically, and we've all talked about this, it's really hard to trade away good picks in this draft because this is going to be, I think, looking back in 10 years, one of the deepest drafts we've ever seen, especially in terms of defensive quality.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, with that, yeah, but I mean, it really depends. If you get a young defenseman back, losing a first is not the end of the world.
Yeah, if you
gotta
get a
be
guy
really
like
good.
Brandstrom, it's not that bad.
You just got to be really good in the late round picks, second and later. I mean, I'm sure we have extra picks somewhere. I haven't really looked at our pick situation, but I'm sure we have with the amount of trades we've made in the past bit.
So, I'm gonna offer you something that no other guest has been offered. Zach and I have a tendency to at least once an episode go off on a soapbox. So I'm gonna let you do the first guest soapbox on this episode. Anything you want. Sabres related, obviously. Soapbox about anything you want. The mic's yours.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot that you could talk about. I mean, the biggest thing is this. So for the Sabres, this is a season you got to do it. The Bills are doing something to go on a kind of off area. I mean, they actually have good teams in the city. This is a team they can secretly for the next few weeks kick ass, and when everyone looks back and goes, "Oh shit, the fucking Sabres are actually winning," they'll get the confidence under them without everyone breathing down their necks. This is like the season that's been given to them. It's kind of a blessing. This is finally the season where they can hide because both teams aren't shitting. The Bills are in the playoffs, which has never happened, so it's usually over before hockey gets really interesting. But the late season, I mean, they have a few weeks with no one paying attention to them. This is the season they got to kick ass. I mean, the biggest thing is they got to make a trade. They got to get a goaltender or they got to go get a defenseman. They need to get another top 4 guy. I mean, Jokiharju can be that. He's still got development. The biggest thing is they're young. I mean, Colin Miller can be it too, but I mean, we have so many righty defensemen. We have one of them playing on the left side.
Yeah,
that's
you
the
guys,
biggest issue.
You guys are definitely the opposite of LA Sands 3 years ago, where we had seven left-handed D-men and then Drew Doughty.
Yep.
I mean,
Trash.
that's kind of how it is for us. I mean, right now, it's kind of how our forwards are. They're all lefties.
Yeah,
We have so many lefties.
Oh, Yoki Haru is playing on the left side, huh?
I think it's Miller
Okay.
mainly.
it makes sense. Colin Miller did play on the left side in Vegas with Nate Schmidt.
King's great. King's great. Fucking Colin Miller. Oh, so mad when they got rid of him, dude.
No.
It's okay because you know what we got back is current Vegas superstar and all-time Kings great Braden McNabb.
No, we didn't. That wasn't. That
No, we
wasn't a
didn't
part
get
of it.
No, but that's who we got.
I have a dog on my back. Another news.
No, Colin Miller was in the Milan Lucic trade.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, we have not made the best trades the last couple of years.
Yeah,
Cough,
that's
cough,
fine.
Dominic Kubelik, cough, cough.
But we didn't trade him. Oh yeah, we did.
Yes, we did for a 4th-round pick. We're going to be kicking ourselves for that trade for a long time.
Sabres are kicking themselves about 72 trades in the last 5 years. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of them.
I think what we've learned on this episode, LA fans, is that Philly has been dethroned as LA East and it has become Buffalo.
This is true.
Yeah, I mean, you could pass it probably on to the Devils,
Big
True.
struggles.
but I don't know. This is the year that they got to do it. I mean, it's tough. I mean, the division's what really hurts. I mean, we're losing teams like Ottawa, like who would have been easy. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's these to prove themselves. I mean, even if they finish in 5th and are like 3 points out, I mean, most Sabres fans will be happy with the division they're in. Obviously, if they're realistic.
Right.
Yeah.
If you got the diehard fans who will just be blindsided that we missed the playoffs with Taylor Hall. But, I mean, it's a short season, no off season stuff. I mean,
Scott.
but it's definitely a tough situation. I mean, the league's weird this year. I mean, there's no defense. For the Sabres to return with all of their defensemen returning, it's really tough for them not to be blocking teams up.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the reasons I picked them. I picked Buffalo to make the playoffs, but at the same time, I still think too that realistically, with the way that the divisions have been realigned, I think it's fair. Like even if they barely miss, but they have a consistent year, like you're not. If you're just on the outside because all the teams in the division were just playing each other tough and it just comes down to,
Right.
an overtime point here or there, a couple of those. I mean, sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it. Obviously, you could play a little bit better, but I think so. This is the toughest division
100%.
this season. And I think it's going to be interesting to see. I think that Buffalo, although I think might make the playoffs if they don't, but they have consistency and some promise going into next year. I think it could be something to build off for sure, especially if you can convince Taylor Hall to resign.
Yeah, I mean,
That'll be big.
it's looking good, but obviously that can change if they start shitting the bed.
Right.
I mean, that's the biggest thing is they just got to stay doing good. I mean, as long as the top line is doing good and Hall's happy, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the biggest key to this team. I mean, it's just keeping the top liners happy. I mean, if that means playing Risto and Darlene together with them, do it. Keeps everyone happy.
Yep.
I mean, the guys who are on the lower lines, because our biggest issue coming up this next offseason, we lose our whole decor. They're all free agents.
Yeah.
I think the only one that isn't is like Risto. It's like the only defenseman that is not getting re-signed.
Well, and Darlene's going to get a big deal from you guys.
I mean, it depends on the season.
Bridge.
I don't think he's gonna go. I mean, with COVID times, he might go for a bridge, but I think he'd shoot himself in the foot going for a bridge.
I think players are wising up though and realizing that we're in a flat cap situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why you had Taylor Hall hedging his bets, taking that 1 year deal. Yeah, players taking 2 year deals and stuff like that because they know right now is not the time to be demanding a shit ton of money if you want to be signed.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest
or
thing.
if you want to play for a good team in general.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for like the Sabres is obviously arbitration. I mean, there's going to be a price laid out if they need to with Darlene for a 1 year deal.
Right.
I think they try to cut him instead of like a $10 million defenseman. Obviously, like he probably most likely will be in a few seasons. It'd be 100% worth it. Try to get him for an $8 million over 10 years. Just absolutely put the money on the table. Overpay him now.
Right.
You're saving money later. I mean, you're already doing it with Skinner. You're eating that for 7 seasons.
Yeah.
Do you see any situation where Skinner becomes a buyout candidate?
I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, he's not buying into Kruger's system. That's the biggest issue. He's still a good player. Well, that's a nice play there. On the next. But it's definitely a possibility. But, I mean, their biggest candidate right now is Okpo. So I think it's dealed up in a season, though. So I think they'll just eat it for another season.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I can look again, but I was looking at it because I listed out everyone that's a free agent. Now we'll run through that list in a second.
Post-up contracts.
I think he's right. I think he's got 1 or 2 years left on his deal.
I think it's 2. Because he's
At
on
the-
my
yeah, at the
one
mo-
season.
At the most 2
last-
years.
I'm just gonna take a piss real quick, guys.
Yeah.
Go.
Man, sorry.
You're all good.
I had to
Oh,
wake
okay.
up. I had to wake up earlier than normal.
It's just one of those nights.
So with that being said, do we have anything else we want to throw at Matt in terms of Sabres questions?
I will
No.
throw out the pending free agent list, and that's
All
all
right.
I'm done.
Go for it.
Yeah.
You got Hall, Reinhardt. You got Stahl, Reeder, Sheehan, McCabe, Darlene, Yokaru, Hutton, Allmark. That is the whole team.
That's
Hutton,
yeah.
yeah, Hutton for sure is not coming back.
Yeah.
Allmark, you're going to have to resign. Reinhardt, you're going to hopefully resign.
Hall, I mean Hall, Reinhardt, Allmark. I mean Stahl, he's making Dylan Cousins into a center, and then he's out. Once he can take the second center role, he's out. Because then he's got to get Middleset to the third center role, and then you're kind of perfect situation if you're a
Yeah,
Sabres
because
fan.
that's a lot of talent going down the center pivot spot right there.
And then you got Zemgus on the fourth line when they come
That's
back.
dirty. That could be really, really dirty.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and, I mean, and that's kind of where like Eichel, like yeah, he said that, but then they went out and got a Jack Quinn. I guarantee you, Eichel was in their ear on that trade. He's in their ear for getting Hall. He's everything. Every move goes through Eichel. End of the day. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised otherwise.
I wouldn't be surprised either, because I mean, he probably tries to tell like coaching staff like this is who I think I'll play really well with. You know what I mean?
Well,
I
he
mean,
has every right to do that as a franchise player.
because at the end of the day, if that line ends up needing more goal scoring, that's when you put Olsen the right wing. He can do it.
Mhm.
You know, you got a one-timer over there for them two to just feed all day. I mean, there's so much that can happen this season that if they make the playoffs, a lot of these guys will come back on team-friendly deals. You don't make
Right.
the playoffs, none of these guys are. I mean, the only people I could see doing it would be like McCabe and a couple other guys who got their chances in Buffalo to prove themselves.
Yeah,
But the rest of the guys, Reinhardt, he's done everything he fucking can.
pretty much, right? He's always been kind of like a bust.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call him a bust necessarily.
He just
he's been
hasn't
good,
filled
he's not
the
great.
potential that we thought he was
Exactly.
going to. Is what
Yeah,
I
we
would say.
thought he was going to be an elite player, and he obviously hasn't shaped up to be that necessarily. But that doesn't make him a bust. He's still
Who's his brother?
Griffin Reinhardt.
Griffin
His
Reinhardt.
brother is a fucking bust.
Yeah, he was supposed to be all that
A
in the
franchise
back
D-man,
for,
yeah.
the Islanders, right?
He was a third overall pick.
Edmonton, I
Yeah.
believe, was first, and then he went.
Yeah.
And then he went to
he
the
went-
Islanders.
and then he went to the Islanders. Okay.
I think that's the way that went
Mm-hmm.
because he was supposed to be the defenseman for McDavid and Draisaitl,
Mhm.
and
Got it.
that never panned out. I know he came
Yeah.
before, but then they got the center, and then they were like, "Oh, this is perfect," and then he
Yeah.
never panned out, and then went to the Islanders, and it is now a nobody that anyone ever knows, unless you paid attention to hockey for the last 8 years.
Yeah.
Griffin Reinhardt.
Now, Daniel, I believe we got some notes to power through here.
Yeah,
We do.
and it really depends. Yeah, we don't have to hit all of them like we always do, Alex. I just threw
hit-
them all
just
on
hit
there
it.
depending on how much we got through.
Yep. Yeah. Hit
You
it.
want to hit these with us, Matt?
I'll hit it.
Yeah, you want to stick around?
I'll fill Scott's spot.
Let's do.
There you
Matt, why don't you take the number one? Do you have the,
I don't
the
got
notes
it.
in front of you?
Oh.
You don't?
Yeah,
Hold
yes,
on.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the notes.
I'll send it to him right now. I only sent him his portion, but I'll send it his way. But you want to start, Alex, or do you not have it up?
I
I
do
sent
have
it.
it up actually. Okay,
Okay.
so we're gonna kick it off with last Wednesday, where the season obviously opened. Vegas got their first franchise captain, even though in spirit Derek Englund was their captain.
He's still their
being
captain.
Being the only Vegas native, it's hard to captain a team when you're retired, Zach.
Still their captain.
Mark Stone named the first captain of the Vegas Golden Knights, the first official captain at least. We talked about this when it happened, but I just want to bring it up for other people to hear. We talked about on the show, I think it was Daniel, last year when they got Mark Stone, that this just became a bona fide franchise because they now landed their franchise player, right?
Superstar. Their franchise player.
Mark Stone's career will be synonymous with Vegas after he retires.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to bring up the fact that he was once an Ottawa Senator. This is where Mark Stone makes his mark. So it absolutely makes sense that the biggest player that you were able to land on your team with the longest tenure still available in his career becomes your first captain, at least from a marketing perspective and from what's it called? Just from a cultural perspective for Vegas's hockey fan base, this was a great choice.
He's going to be their captain for a very long time. Man.
Very long time.
Yeah. And it was a great choice. I mean, to be honest with you, we said as soon as he got traded there, it was.
Speaking of captains, Dylan Larkin.
Also,
This is an obvious move.
I agree. I've
Named captain of Detroit. Obvious move and great.
I've been blowing Larkin since he came into the league.
I was about to say.
Bro, I fucking love Dylan Larkin. I think Larkin is the ultimate team player. You listen to any of his interviews, he's always a team first guy. And honestly, the only thing keeping him from being a 100-point player in this league is that there's absolutely no talent around him.
It's true. It's true.
I think Dylan Larkin this season, well, if this was a full season with good line mates, could go out and put up 100 points, no problem.
I agree. I definitely think he's that kind of a talent. I agree with that very much.
I mean, I'd watch out for that team in 2 years. That's my opinion.
I agree with that too.
2
100%.
years, they're gonna be a top team.
Yeah,
Oh, dude.
100%.
Ottawa, Detroit, and LA all going to be top teams.
Detroit fans have a lot to be excited about. Honestly, I think 7 or 8 years from now, this may be a better team down the road than the Datsuk Zetterberg era.
Really?
I think
It
so.
could.
I think it has the potential to be.
Potentially. Yeah.
Philip Zadina is a monster.
I mean,
Do you remember what Philip Zadina said on his draft year when he
Yeah.
wanted to go to, who was it? Was it Montreal? No, it was Ottawa, right? No, it was
Yeah,
Montreal.
it was
He wanted to go to.
He said
wanted to
these
go to
kids were gonna-
Montreal.
He go third. Did he go third?
He went
fifth
third.
or something.
He slipped to 5th. He was projected 3rd. He thought Montreal was going to draft him. And when they asked him in his post-draft interview, how do you feel about being a Red Wing? He goes, I'm just excited to fill Montreal's net with pucks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I remember that.
Bro, at 18 years old, that is such a huge flex on the draft floor.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's true. It's going to be fun to watch.
That's not big dick energy, bro. That's massive cock energy from an 18-year-old.
I remember that now.
skater.
I remember
Yeah.
that now. Yeah.
Our boy
Speaking
Trevor
of big
Lewis
dick energy,
found a home. He signed with the Winnipeg Jets after a PTO. He ended up getting a contract. I think he's a solid depth signing for them for sure.
One of the best depth players in the league, still, even at his age.
Yep.
And what a guy to add to your roster with all the youth they have and guys like Kyle Connor and still Patrick Laine, a dude who is going to help develop that talent.
So I guess we could just go through the wins. Philly kicked off the season with a 6-3 win over Pitt. Joel Farabee had 4 points, and Noel Patrick actually scored in his return. Good to see that kid back in the uniform. Really, really good. Morgan Riley helped Toronto complete the comeback against Montreal. Tavares and Nylander each collected 3 points. So, I mean, what we all kind of thought was going to happen kind of almost did happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it did happen, actually.
That was a high-flying matchup, and we knew it right away.
Yep. Exactly. Stamkos actually looks a hell of a lot healthier, dude.
Stamkos looks fantastic.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he's healthy again, man, and it's really showing.
Well, that's what we talked about. What 2 episodes ago? They don't even need Nikita Kucherov if Stamkos is looking the way that he's been looking.
Yeah, because you still have Braden Point and Steven Stamkos at that point.
The whole team is fucking filth.
Yep, agreed.
They opened the season with a win after unveiling their banner, 5-1 over Chicago. Completely shit-kicked them. And then Brock Besser, another player you like to blow, right?
I love Brock Besser. Love me some Besser.
I like Besser. He had 2 goals in the third period to help Holtby get his win in his debut against Edmonton. And then St. Louis on opening night got the season opening win against Colorado, thanks to 2 goals from Sundqvist and then a goal in Clifford's debut. Guy scored on his birthday too, right?
Yeah, it was his birthday. Speaking of Kyle Clifford,
yes.
Gabe Velarde from the LA Kings actually FaceTimed him to ask him if it was okay if he wore number 13.
Dude, what a beauty.
That's awesome.
And he said, dude, Cliff obviously is a nice guy, so he was like, of course, man, you can wear 13.
Cliff is a really nice guy for anyone who doesn't work for the New York Islanders. and we've talked about that draft story before. And if we ever have a guest on that wants to hear it, I'll gladly tell it again. I love that story.
It's where he told them, like, I hope I don't want you guys to draft me or something like that.
Yeah, he said he wants to play for the Kings.
He only had 2 draft interviews, period. He had a draft interview with LA and a draft interview with the Islanders. And he told the Islanders scout, if you draft me, I will put you through a window.
I believe it.
I believe it too.
Moving on to Thursday, Washington hangs on to beat the much improved Buffalo Sabres as Laviolette gets a win in debut. Marchand grabs 2 points and helps Boston spoil Lindy Ruff's debut with the New Jersey Devils.
Beautiful. Anything that's bad news for Lindy Ruff, I'm all on board for.
I used to like Lindy Ruff too.
I like Lindy Ruff too.
I was going to say, not to say I don't like Lindy Ruff, because he's proved multiple times he's a quality individual.
Yeah,
but I just don't like him as a coach.
Fair.
I got this one. The New York Islanders completely shut down the New York Rangers as Varlamov notches 24 save shutout in season opener. Bust Frenier held to 1 shot. Held to 1 shot.
Had to do it. I had to do it.
Had to do it.
I love it. That made me rock hard right now, dude. If I could send you that emoji right now, I would. Carolina gets 14 save shutout from Mrazek as Detroit gets handed 3-0 loss, and Grice is peppered with 40 shots. Jesus
Christ.
I feel bad for him from going from the Islanders there.
Yeah.
Thomas Grice, yeah.
That's a tough drop off for a couple seasons.
Yeah, that is. Luke Cunnin scores a Nashville debut to help them beat the Columbus Blue Jackets in season opener.
Beauty.
Patrick Laine nets 2 goals to help Winnipeg beat Calgary. Marchand snagged 30 saves in debut.
Future LA King Patrick Laine?
I hope not.
I hope not. Oh, I pray.
Dude, no. He's too slow, bro. He's just too slow.
You know
way
what?
too slow.
You know
He's
what?
he's like Byfield slow, dude.
That's the that's the same argument everyone is making about Kaliev, and look how that kid looked in the fucking juniors.
Dude.
The
He's just
juniors
slow.
are everything. Don't you know this?
Yes.
He's just too slow, bro. Just too slow.
So McDavid didn't take very long to get started after he netted a hat trick on the second day of NHL games, helping Edmonton split the opening series versus Vancouver. San Jose Sharks recover and get shootout win over Arizona after Kessel tied the game with 4 seconds left. Evander Kane, I'm not gonna make the joke, but he was rumored to actually potentially stop for the season due to his financial issues because if he sat out, they said something about he would be able to do bankruptcy and not have to pay, just basically wipe his slate clean. But
shit, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I heard there was a rumor he might not play, but obviously he ended up playing. He had 3 points in the opening night.
He's got even more motivation to go get more money.
Yeah.
Go put up points.
Maybe if he stops trying to fight YouTube stars and stops holding up $100 bills to his ear like it's a cell phone, he can actually afford a cell phone.
Potentially.
You really gonna back the Pauls right now, bro? You wouldn't want to see Evander Kane fuck them up?
I do.
No,
I do.
I do.
Some extra money and pay it off.
I do. I just don't think it's.
Can we get?
I'm gonna sound very hypocritical right now because I always talk about how.
Oh, I know what the problem is here. I know what the problem is.
What is it?
It's because he's black, dude.
Oh my god. So,
I knew it.
Anyway, I'm going to sound super hypocritical because I'm always on board for like the whole Drew Doughty, PK Subban scenario where I like that.
Another one that you don't like. Makes sense.
Stop it. Let me get through my point and then you can call me a racist all you want. Okay, thank you. So my thing is this. I'm all on board for this new era of NHL players coming in and being more vocal and being more out there in the media. And having more personality out there to bring a younger audience to our game, right?
Yeah.
I hate the way Evander Kane does it.
It's because he's black.
It's his style.
No, he likes how PK does it though.
I love PK Subban. I think PK Subban's a fucking
community. Here's the thing about PK, dude. PK flaunts that he gives back to his community. We don't know what Evander Kane does.
Right. We do know what Evander Kane does because
he does give back to his community if he lived in Vegas.
Well, apparently he doesn't give back to himself either because his bank account looks sadder than mine.
That's what I'm saying. He gives back to the community of Vegas. He does a lot of gambling.
Yeah, exactly. Don't forget, Zach, don't forget, this is the guy that got traded out of Winnipeg because Dustin Byfuglien threw his tracksuit in the fucking shower.
Did you see? Oh, by the way, since you brought it up, did you see? I don't know what that means. Anyways,
you don't remember that?
No. I was talking about the comment that said.
That's okay. It's because go ahead.
I was saying that I saw a picture that was circulating after this whole Evander Kane thing. They did that. They're like Byfuglien knew from the start, and there's a picture of like Evander Kane in the walkway, and Byfuglien's coming out like maybe Evander Kane wasn't playing that night. And you could see Byfuglien walking by, and he has his middle finger up like this, straight at Evander Kane. Yeah. I don't know if it was just the way the photo ended up or if it was on purpose, but it was pretty funny.
I mean, at the end of the day, with the Paul brothers and all that crap, can we get Chara out there?
Fuck
have him out there. Like, send out our 2 biggest guys. Say, go have fun.
Yeah, but Chara's old enough to be her dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, Evander, I just know this for a fact, dude. Evander Kane would fuck that kid up, dude.
Oh yeah, bro. You know what you really want to do? If you want to, I was going to say, if you want to market the NHL to a new audience and you want to see some spoiled white kids get the shit kicked out of them, you send Ryan Reeves in there. He'll do that shit for free.
Yes. I love Ryan Reeves.
I'd donate $1 million to charity to do it.
Yeah. Ryan Reeves would fight everybody in that quick one-handed and beat everyone down.
I hate how cocky he is on the ice, but I love him as
Ryan Reeves. I love how cocky he is on the ice, bro. I love that he has that persona, knowing what a good guy he is off the ice.
Yeah.
You love to see it, but hate to see it at the same time.
Well, you hate to see it on your home ice.
Max Comtois scores twice for Anaheim. But it isn't enough as VGK gets the 5-2 win after Stone gets go-ahead goal. Comtois.
Come twat.
Comtois.
Cunt twat.
Cunt twat.
Cunt-twat. That kid's a bitch, dude. I fucking hate him. Just because of the World Juniors when he played and he was captain of of Canada and he acted like a complete fucking bitch. Hate him.
Yeah.
Kaprizov.
Kirill Kaprizov.
Capri Sun. Yeah.
Kirill the Thrill Kaprizov gets 3 points, including breakaway OT winners. Minnesota tops the LA Kings in overtime.
Can we agree that if Kaprizov keeps playing the way he played against LA for the whole season, that dude is the next franchise player in the NHL? He looks so
games.
Good. He looks really good. He was undressing everyone on every shift.
Yeah, he looked really good yesterday when they got shut out, huh?
Yeah, well. Listen, at the end of the day, Minnesota is Minnesota.
Minnesota is Minnesota.
Minnesota is Minnesota.
I thought you said Arizona. My bad.
Minnesota is Arizona.
Either way, he played well against the shitty LA Kings defense, dude.
Yeah, our defense has been a huge letdown.
Yep. Moving on to Friday.
Moving on.
Vitek Vanecek makes 30 saves for Washington as they get a goal and assist from Tom Wilson to help them beat Buffalo 2-1. Tom Wilson has date rape just written all over his face. Dude.
Big facts.
So
I want to punch him in his mouth.
You want to know what's funny? Darlene got a holding penalty on Tom Wilson. You know what everyone's saying? What is Tom Wilson doing? Why is he flopping? Just run him over.
Speaking of flopping, this is getting off topic because this really pissed me off when I saw it in real time. Did you guys see the flop that Nazem Kadri had in the
right before that third goal?
Yeah, dude, and then they gave Roy a penalty for it.
Yeah.
I mean, Kadri's known for flopping and has been for
dude.
seasons.
He has been forever.
Roy barely tapped the back of his leg. Dude, I hope that the league sees that and they fine him again for embellishment because that was terrible. That was the worst dive that I've seen in a while, dude. Just a fucking while,
bro. It's no big deal. Just Kadri doing Kadri things.
That's why I find him. Either way, Travis Konechny recorded a hat trick to lead Philadelphia to opening series sweep versus Pittsburgh, more like Schittsburg.
How great does Philly look this season, and how shit does fucking Pittsburgh look this season?
Here's the thing,
exactly how expected.
Here's the thing, though. Sean Couturier was injured in that game.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
had to have an MRI done on his left shoulder.
Might miss the rest of the season.
Took a hit from Brandon Tanev. No.
Rough time.
Coleman, Gourde, and Goodrow combined for 6 points as Vaz Defrin gets 35 saves as Tampa Bay Lightning top Chicago. Again. Chicago is shit.
Chicago is shit.
Ottawa shocks Toronto and most people as they record 4 unanswered goals to get 5-3 win on the back of Kachuk's 3-point night.
Let's be real. It's not some people. It's all people. They shocked all people. They shocked the hockey world.
But I don't think it's shocking to us, though.
Yeah, Buffalo or Ottawa's got a chance that they have a lot of talent. They blended some veterans.
They do
that really young line. The really young lineup. With that division, I'm not saying they're making the playoffs because I did not pick them there, but it would not be completely shocking with how the division is set up this season.
Yeah, you got choke artist teams in that division, like Toronto, like
Edmonton.
Like they love looking great and then just shit in the bed.
Ottawa may be the LA Kings of the North Division, dude. They may squeak into a fourth spot.
I want to say yes, but my heart is telling me yes, but my body. No, Zach. I thought Zach was gonna finish it. I was expecting Zach to finish that for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I think you fucked up the lyric, right?
I did.
I don't even know what song you're singing.
I don't either.
Fucking
move on.
My mind's telling me no. My body's telling me yes.
Yeah, educate yourself.
Colorado shit kicks. Shit kicks.
They were mad about opening night.
8-0.
Oh yeah.
as Avs net 5 power play goals, and McKinnon gets a goal and 2 assists.
Yeah, that was.
That
It's
was
I'm gonna
the
stay-
definition of first week.
Yep, I'm going to stand on my soapbox again.
Oh boy, here we go.
I fucking hate how much Nathan McKinnon stick handles, dude. He stick handles when he doesn't need to stick handle.
and guess what?
And the guy takes a step and he goes, cut, 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 cut. One more step. Cut, 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 cut. Like, I just don't, I don't get it, dude. I just don't fucking get it. I know he's good.
Where is he
Whatever.
at in the league as far as top players, though?
I mean, that is objective.
Second.
That's a subjective statement.
Second.
That's
he's just,
objective.
he's just trying to get those highlight reels, okay?
Yeah, dude. Get that extra 5 or 6 stick handles in.
I mean,
when he's,
Eichel
like,
does
wide
it
open.
too.
Listen, those extra 5
Just
or
young
6
players. They just
those extra 5 or 6 stick handles result in an extra 5 or 6 viewers a night, resulting in an extra $5 or $6 million on his contract. So
I mean,
Alex, you know what?
I-
Stick
Fuck
that
off.
nose up my ass, dude.
why don't we just compare that to
Beauty,
me,
bend over
me
for
and NHL 21? Let's go. That's what I do.
bro,
It's
Nathan McKinnon is real life Matt.
yeah,
Confirmed.
dude. Yeah, pretty much. You know
I
what?
actually stick handle.
I'm gonna skate backwards into this whole lot of people, put the puck between
At
my
least
legs, and
McKinnon
shoot
doesn't
it
do
from
that,
between my
right?
legs.
It's not realistic.
Dude, me and Oswald just back on the blue line board, just like looking, just messing around with each
Just
other.
waiting,
and stuff.
waiting for the offense to come back the other way.
I'm just like, hey guys, thanks for the free RP, dude. So moving on to Saturday, the New Jersey Devils gets Lindy Ruff his first win as they defeat Boston in OT, thanks to Igor
No idea.
Sharangovich.
Sharangovich.
He had a goal with 2 seconds remaining. Good for him. I don't know who the fuck he is, but what a name like Igor.
I've heard I heard in our Discord that a lot of New Jersey fans have been hyped on him for quite a while.
We don't know anybody from New Jersey in our Discord.
There was
do,
multiple
but-
people.
I know,
on
I'm
there.
just playing.
We
New
do,
Jersey
yeah.
fans.
I'm just playing.
I don't know any fans. Turk's from New Jersey, but he's not a Devils fan.
Phil the Thrill.
Phil the Thrill. Let's talk about
That's
Phil.
Burger
2
Man.
goals.
Or Hot Dog Man.
Hot Dog Man.
Hot dog man.
OEL gets 3 assists as Arizona gets a win over San Jose. I mean, that's I would hope that they would beat San Jose. Jeff Petrie and Tomasz Tatar both scored twice to help Montreal top Edmonton 5-1. You'd love to see it, man. I Montreal is probably one of my more liked teams out of the East, just because I love their arena. But love to see it, especially against Edmonton. 'Cause fuck Edmonton.
Fuck Edmonton.
New York Rangers return the favor to the New York Islanders as Georgiev shuts them out
Georgiev.
5-0. Hey, dude, why can't Russians have normal names and normal last names?
Actually, Zach, it's funny you mentioned that because you guys were talking about Russian conspiracy theories on the podcast on ZadMap, which we'll shout out at the end. And you guys wanted to have me on. I have a whole thing laid out just for that.
Wow.
Really?
I do.
I will be
legit do.
paying attention.
It
for sure.
all goes back to like the origins of the entire country. I got you guys. It's gonna be. A
And
good
why do
episode.
Russians have to wear 85 rings on their fingers?
I only wear 3? I
What
can't
what
afford
is
the
each-
other 82.
What are the 3 rings for? It's rule them all.
No, that's 7.
All right.
Anywho,
Georgiev shuts them out for a 5-0 win. Panarin and
He's so
Buchnevich
trash.
each score
What?
twice. Ilya Sorokin starts game after Varlamov takes puck to collarbone. Robbie Fabry nets game winner for Detroit over Carolina right after Svechnikov tied it. Tim Bustzel scored his first
Okay,
NHL
all right.
goal.
Let's not go that far.
All right. I
He
mean,
at least
he's one
scored.
of us.
Hey, I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm gonna say everybody's a bust just because they're saying the Quentin Byfield's a
it's
bust.
not
'cause
everybody. It's just manship.
Yeah, exactly. And he was talking about Lafreniere. That's why I did the bus.
John Bustarvez. I don't know. Tim Stutzel scored his first NHL goal, but Ottawa drops game to Toronto as Thornton gets first win with the team. Love to see it. Love Joe Thornton. Absolutely love Joe Thornton. Nashville opened the season with a series sweep versus Columbus thanks to 4 goals in 3 periods. Hey.
No, in the third
Hey.
period.
Oh, in the third period. 4 goals in third period.
3 periods? Yeah, that'd be a full game.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's why when I said it, I was like, that's impressive, I guess. Matt Dumba scored tying goal for Minnesota with 1.4 seconds remaining, and then Johansson, that's OT winner with
We watched that
10.6
one
seconds
here together.
remaining. As Minnesota breaks LA King's heart in second straight game.
Everyone's breaking our hearts so far this season.
You can't have your heart broken if you're not expecting the losses,
That's
which
fact.
I am.
Yeah,
Which I am. I'm expecting the losses.
I think we all are.
Max Pacioretty, Nets OT winner with 7 seconds left into OT as Vegas gets straight second win over Anaheim. But you know what they say?
And Zach dies a little bit just inside.
As the old adage goes, fuck Vegas, dude.
Fuck Vegas.
Fuck Vegas. Jacob
But
Markstrom,
also, fuck Anaheim.
fuck Anaheim too. Jacob Markstrom gets 32 save shutout versus former team as Calgary Nets 3 power play goals to top Vancouver. All right, somebody else power through these notes.
I got you.
I'll let you take over. Yeah.
Sunday, Ovi moved within 1 goal of the seventh all time as he scored in Washington's shootout loss to Pittsburgh.
Feels good.
Florida finally plays first game of the season as they top Chicago 5-2, thanks to goals in third period by Luosterainen. Okay. And Patrick Hornquist.
All those guys, you just got to think Ristolainen because like he's been around the longest. There's like 8 of those that came after him.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
so
Luosterainen.
Finnish is a lot of Einens.
Yeah, okay. Luosterainen. That make that.
Which
that,
I will
that
also
actually
get
sounds
into on
more
Saturday.
correct.
Totally down.
There was only 2 games on Sunday. Moved to yesterday. Bobby Ryan scored twice for Detroit. But
The Bobby
Columbus
Ryan
gets
hype
the
train
win.
is on.
But the Columbus Blue Jackets get the win thanks to 35 saves from Eunice Corpusalo and goals in the third by Texier and PLD. Semyon Varlamov got his second straight shutout win as he made 27 saves to help the Islanders top Boston. Varlamov, by the way, is the first goaltender in franchise history of the Islanders to record a shutout in first 2 games or his first 2 appearances of the season, and only the 14th all time.
And the only goaltender in NHL history to beat his pregnant wife and walk her in the trunk.
Yep, here we go. Knew that was coming.
And still
Knew that
record
was
2 shutouts to start the season.
Knew that was coming.
Yes, it was. Always does. Mitch Marner netted 2 goals, and Tavares also scored as Toronto got a win over Winnipeg. Buffalo jumped all over Philadelphia as they got a 6-1 win. Curtis Lazar and Sam Reinhart netted 2 goals apiece. Eichel and Hall recorded 3 assists each. St. Louis came back to top San Jose Sharks 5-4 as Jordan Kyrou breaks the tie midway through the third. Mike Hoffman scored his first goal with St. Louis. Good for him.
But his girlfriend's still a nutcase, so can't get too excited.
Can't. Yeah.
I feel like you know every background story of every player. That's all you
we
want to
talk
do.
about it. Yeah. We got
Buddy, we run a hockey podcast. What do you want from us?
Yeah.
You
We talked
have
about
all
that.
the random facts like about each fucking player. It always comes out of your mouth.
Carolina.
I'm the one that remembers them. I retain it.
Carolina hands Nashville first loss of the season as Svechnikov, Aho, and Trocheck all netted a goal and an assist. John Gibson recorded a 34 save shutout to send Anaheim to win over Minnesota.
What a depressing career for John Gibson.
Yeah.
I know.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, bro. If he could just play on one good team, he could probably walk out.
Or stay healthy.
Or
It's
stay
true
healthy.
too.
Johnny Hockey netted a goal and an assist. Jacob Markstrom recorded 25 saves as Calgary beat Vancouver for the second straight game. Jake Allen, 25 saves. Romanov scores first NHL goal as Montreal tops Edmonton again.
That kid is Did you guys see that Romanov kid? He's fucking huge.
He's huge.
He's
Uh,
huge, bro.
Huge
In this
bitch.
game,
He
in
might
this
be bigger
game
than
also-
Zaitsev.
he might be. In this game also, Shea Weber scored his 103rd career power play goal, which passed Sergei Gonchar, moving into 10th place all-time for defensemen. Pretty cool.
Sergei Gonchar.
Sergei Gonchar.
Love me some Gonchar.
Vegas got 4 straight goals, including 2 from Riley Smith in the third period to help them top Arizona and remain undefeated. And then we just had a couple notes from today because we did not get all the final scores. Carolina and Nashville game was postponed due to COVID. Warren Fogle, Jordan Martinook, Jacob Slavin, Teuvo Teravainen, and Jordan Stahl all land on the COVID list.
What Susia were they passing around?
Susia.
Not one approved for the travel protocols, huh?
No.
Mhm.
And then Minnesota Wild acquired Ian Cole for Greg Pateryn.
Pattern.
It's a really interesting trade, especially with a salary retention on Colorado's end. Doesn't
Was that
make
a
up-
retention?
Colorado retained a little bit of cap to equalize it. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense
When
to
I
me.
saw the
especially-
trade, it just had a straight.
and both players are UFAs at the end of the season.
Greg
Yeah,
Pattern's
it's
from
kinda
Minnesota, isn't he?
Yeah,
Right shot?
Mm,
I think he's a right shot too.
He is the right shot.
yeah, I think he just got fined today too for some hit yesterday. I think.
Oh,
I saw-
attaboy.
That might be why he got traded. It's out of town.
Yeah, fuck this guy. He's out.
Love to see it.
The one thing about the hits this season, I'm noticing, they're not calling crap.
No, they're not.
But dude, it just seems like penalties are up though, dude. As far as like stick infractions, holds.
Stick infractions they're calling all day long, but they're not calling any hits. Like, I mean, I've seen in just watching Sabres games, a couple other games, I've seen like 6 or 7 dirty hits that are no calls and no fines.
Keep in mind also that a lot of these people haven't played hockey in a year or over a year. Like your discipline is bound to slow down a little bit.
Agreed.
Yeah, but they're not calling them. That's
Yeah.
the thing that bugs me is like I've seen about 4 elbows get thrown and
Yeah.
big hits.
That's
like
that's career enders right there, bro.
Yeah.
You keep your elbows in.
That's for sure.
You got a beer for us, Daniel?
Oh yeah, I do. Did you? Didn't you have one too, Zach? Or no?
I
Not
did.
worth it.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah. I don't care.
the great one from Four
yeah,
Sons.
yeah. That's good
Nice.
stuff.
9.9 Imperial IPA. Really, really smooth. Kind of has like a fruity end to it. When I first had it, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, it was really bitter, bro. Really fucking
Bitter,
bitter.
yeah.
I think they might have messed with the recipe a bit, or I got like a bad batch. I don't know, but it was really good. I mean, I got it because it was like the only thing that I saw right there at Vaughn's that I was like, yeah, I'll drink that. I've had it before. Everything else was like all the modern times that you can get everywhere that I've drank countless times. So I was like, I'll get this great one just because I haven't had it in a while. I'm watching some Kings games, so why not?
Yeah, and those of you that didn't get the correlation, it's the great one for Wayne Gretzky. They have a big
for Wayne
99
Gretzky.
on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. They're a brewery in Huntington Beach, and they're huge Kings fans. So they're
Huge
right on
Kings
the-
fans.
So
So if
they're
you get
freaking-
if you get a party together, a big enough party of Kings fans to go, they'll completely like block it off and like have like a big ass screen for Kings games.
Well, I know what we're doing post COVID.
Yep.
Yeah, that place is cool. I've been there. I went there once. Yeah, for me, you brought them up. Modern Times staple on the show. Their new one, Mythic Worlds. It's a hazy Galaxy IPA. As most of their beers, really smooth, great flavor. It says the IBU's 50.
Oh, it's right in the
and-
middle.
Yeah, right in the
They don't
middle.
They don't do ABV, I think.
No. They don't. You're right. That's interesting. I thought they did. Oh no, that's 7.5%.
Oh,
So a nice, normal average IPA percentage. Really good. I mean, as we talk about all the time, I know Zach will talk about, stroking them off too. They're a great brewery. They put out
treat their
quality stuff.
employees right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, it's an employee-owned company, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great brewery, one of my favorites, and they put nothing out but quality. So I definitely, as most Modern Times beers, I will buy over and over if I see it and not looking for something new.
I think we should ask Matt if he wants to participate.
What were you
with his
drinking, Matt?
own- With his own liquor of the week.
Liquor of the week. What do you want to share? No.
I had a Jack Daniels mixed
Lemonade.
Lynchburg lemonade.
I've heard
That
those are
sounds
good.
bomb.
I've had
Sounds
the
Refreshing.
I had the Jack and Coke can or bottles,
Yeah.
whatever they had before.
Yeah, it's
That
the
sounds
same thing.
super
They put 'em
refreshing.
they put them into a bottle.
I feel like I could drink that all day.
It's only a 4.8 alcohol by volume, so it's not bad.
Oh hell yeah!
It's something just
Um,
kind of relaxing.
I'm going to give Matt one more honor that no guest on the show has ever gotten.
What's that?
Matt, do you want to do our rating scale this week?
No,
How about-
You have to know what we're talking about.
I most of the time I'm falling asleep at this part.
So
Yeah, you don't care about it.
So let me give you an example, right? Between 1 and grade 6 Jeff Skinner concussions.
I think Kyle Okposo is probably a better
Okposo
example.
got that. I think we go a little higher there.
Yeah, it's got to be a
Something along
Sabres
those
one. We got Matt still on here.
Yep.
I mean, it's just another drink. It's probably about a 4 for me. It's just another one to have. I mean, it's nothing crazy. I don't really drink too much. I mean, with my work schedule and stuff.
So 4 out of 6 Jeff Skinner grade 6
Yep.
concussion.
Concussion.
I
All right.
have a suggestion.
What's that?
How many Matt LT dunks out of 10?
Oh, nice. That's all.
I mean, I gotta put myself at a 10 there.
I'm gonna do
I
a
will- yeah,
I'm gonna do a
Go.
7.
7, huh? Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I-
like I'm not
so-
gonna go out of my
yeah.
way to get it, right? Not gonna
Right.
go out of my way to get it. But if it's the only thing that's there to drink, that I'll probably find it appealing and get it. So
That's about how I feel.
Yeah, same, and I mean honestly, same here. I'll give it an 8 because of modern times and they have really high quality stuff. So if I saw this over some other 7s that I probably have in the podcast, I'd go for the modern times.
this is gonna
Um,
sound super modern times snobbish, but
Yeah.
any of those white cans, Daniel, I stay away from. I don't buy them
I'm actually not a big fan of a lot of those either.
The
The
white
white-
cans? What?
because those are the mass produced. Like they produce like a
Oh.
lot of it, right? The
I
ones
usually
that
get
are
them
more
early.
yeah, the ones that are like super colorful and have designs on them and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Those are
I like
more-
those way better.
Yeah, those are usually the more limited supply of it.
Yeah, no, I know. I usually don't buy these like all the time, but I've had a couple. Just, I mean, this modern times are really good. And I usually try to get I guess you can call them the white cans earlier because they usually do come up. They come out with some newer ones. Like I had, what's the one that Dave had and thought that it was like some fancy ass modern times when he ordered it when he went there. The purple one.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
I got it when it first came out at Michael's. They had just released it.
Yeah.
I haven't. It's good, but again, yeah, no, I agree. It's one of those ones now you can find it at every grocery
Yep.
store.
Exactly. That's how I am with like their Orderville. Like I was talking shit to Dave because he ordered it when we went to the Modern Times Brewery, and I was like, bro, you can
Oh,
get that at
Spaceways is
Walmart.
what I was thinking of.
Space. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about Spaceways. Yeah, but that's what it was. That's what he had
Yeah.
gotten was Spaceways. That's right. And I told him, bro, you can get that at fucking Walmart, dude. Get out of here.
No, I know what you're saying. I usually try to get those ones early. They come out with a lot of different ones.
Oh
but,
yeah, they're
I mean,
constantly
it's
producing
high
shit.
quality stuff. But I agree with you. I like like most of them when they have really cool art. It's a lot of.
Wonder
you
who
know-
this could be.
Yeah,
Who is that? What? Come on. Who is it? I need to know.
it's Tanner.
Guess who it is?
It's
Yeah,
Tanner.
there you go.
It's Tanner.
Oh.
It's Tanner.
It's my cousin. That's why it's Facebook.
Come on. I mean, do we want another 8-1 game? I mean,
Put money on it.
Shout out to Tanner Daughtery,
Obi?
the head cumtwat in the Maxime Cumtwat fan club. Chief Cumtwat, Tanner Daughtery.
Chief Kumquat. I like it.
Chief Cumtwat.
here, Obi. I'll put my life on the line. That's how confident I am.
Oh, you heard that, Tanner? I want this stream. Sunday.
Matt with that haircut would put his life on the line.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, you got a lot of room to talk. Fucking
bro,
Str-
Matt. Listen, Matt is gonna come out to play Tanner with his best Mayday parade playlist.
shut the fuck up, Alex, with your fucking static lullaby haircut, bro. Shut up, okay?
I like how he always
Stuck
makes
in
jokes
the
about
sky.
Mayday Parade and shit, and then he likes the same fucking music that I like too. It's about.
And I've got the picture. I can remember.
Oh,
I mean, I full out have a flow at times. It's down a little bit right now.
My hair is getting
Daniel-
extremely long, and that's why I wear a hat.
Daniel's rocking the thickest flow I think I've ever seen on him in 6 years.
It is
Look at
the
you.
longest I've ever had. my hair.
You've graduated out of flow, bro. You have a mane now.
Yep, it's a mane.
Mufasa,
Yeah.
you motherfucker.
Put it in a man bun, dude. I want to see it.
God, no, no
Please.
man
Put
bun
it,
here.
put it in a man bun and show us your nipples.
Oh yeah, that's the content
Super
I'm
one
here for.
special.
Bro, we even had Amelia sitting up in the background when I said that.
Look at it. She's like, look
It
at
was
what?
like
What am I gonna say?
Tanner said I haven't cut my hair since '03, but it would be a lot longer.
Since COVID-19.
Yeah, I haven't cut it since like February. It's been almost a year.
boys.
That's pretty crazy.
You know what they say,
Fuck
They
Vegas.
say it.
as the old
The old
adage
adage.
goes.
Fuck
Fuck
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, I think
But
that's all
also-
we got.
You know what they say.
What do they say?
Oh, Alex, you want to give shout out?
Yeah, so a couple quick shout outs. NZHL season 3 heading into playoffs right now for any of those
Thank
listening
you.
that haven't checked it out yet. New season will start. We're guesstimating probably in about 2 months' time. We've been booming the last couple days. A lot of new signups coming in. If you wanted to come on and check it out, that would be the best time. Also, shout out to Zach and our buddy Dave. ZadMap this week, right? Tomorrow, right, Zach?
Yeah, Thursday probably.
Thursday. So new ZadMap episode on Thursday. Zach, I'll let you tell everybody what we're going to be talking about.
So we're gonna have Alex on. We're gonna be talking Russian conspiracies, just talking Russian craziness, just because you know what we say over there, dude. We weird, bro. So
Weird,
we're
bro.
just gonna be talking about weird
Right.
shit, man.
I got some history lessons for you that I know you guys are going to
Dude, I'm down, dude, because I love history.
We're
and I
going
love
we're going
learning about
all
shit.
the way back, bro. I'm talking like we're going 4th century back.
Hell yeah, I'm in.
You might need an emergency special episode tomorrow with
For
the
what?
U.S.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
shit, right?
We're
Emergency
going,
broadcast system.
we're going,
We're going to war, boys.
I'll show up to
we're
that.
going from 1240. We're going from 1240 BC to 2021.
Hell yeah, I'm in, dude. Let's do this shit.
Run
But
it.
yeah,
Oh,
you'll,
wow.
you'll catch us on Wednesday or Thursday, about 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Awesome.
No, actually, we'll
Appreciate
probably
you
start
guys
earlier because do you have makeup games?
I have a makeup game on Friday.
I don't have any makeup games on Thursday, so we'll probably
Let's
start
do
earlier.
it. And I'm off on Thursday.
So you know what they say.
With that being said,
With that being said,
Bye.
Good night.